inventory side, well, you can, like I was saying, there's all kinds of settings, and I was going to walk through the settings, but you can set up different package types. You can provide warnings from for clients or vendors. If you do a quality check, you can set up a quality worksheet. So if you're going to do a final inspection before it gets boxed, or you're going to do the same thing when it's coming in, you want to do a quality check when it hits the docks, you're able to set up those quality checks as part of your receiving and shipping system.
Okay, perfect.
You can do full batch transfers, you can do wave picking, you can specify if you want to be able to do back orders, or you're only going to ship it when it's already all at once. You can set your cycle count for, whether you're doing it monthly, annually, barcode scanning. You can choose, there's different shipping connectors depending on who you use. So that's all part of the standard configuration. And you can even do landed costs that can be done retroactive. Okay. So when you enter that bill, you can use the landed cost tool to assign that pricing cost structure across all the products that came in off that container or that box.
Gotcha. Okay. For the shipping tools that you were showing there above, I assume we can have it that we have our own accounts, but we can also add in customers' accounts as well, using their shipping provider. Yeah.
On the UPS one especially, FedEx doesn't have a bill third party yet, but the UPS connector does. So you can specify whether you're shipping off your number, or you can, on the client contact, say, I choose UPS and here's my account number, bill me.
Okay.
And you can also do drop shipping. So if anything is ever drop shipped, you can turn that on, and then you can use that under the product setting to choose as a route. So like this product is always drop shipped. And what that'll do is automatically generate all the information to be emailed on that PO to the drop shipper. So it'll come through with all your billing information, but it will come through with the drop shipper's address and instructions.
Okay.
And the settings can be done. I mean, you've got them under general CRM. Every single one of these has different settings. But when you're in here too, you can set up your warehouses, operation types, product categories, everything just to help you refine and find your products, where they're located, what the inventory levels are, whatever you need, you can set that configuration up.
So I saw that there was also attributes. So one of the things that we tried to also track is not just like the product categories, but also like our customers' market segments. So and also the customer type. So say if it's like an end user, or if it's like an original equipment manufacturer, like an OEM, or a reseller, that's information we try to track per account. And then we also try to track as well the markets that they're focusing in. So are they in mining? Are they in oil and gas? Are they in manufacturing, construction, those sorts of things? Would that be done through the attributes section?
No, because that's more attributes on the product. Usable for if you have, sizes, colors, the different configurations. Use them. Well, when we were doing the boat demo, I had a lot of different attributes for the different configurations of ways and options you could put a boat together. But if you were going to, where I would do it is either here in the tags. You could do, industry, especially if you have standard industries. If they are if you wanted to have like a reseller or end user, you can use these tags, and then you can sort by tag. And we'll pull up all the clients that are that and see what sales you have based on these categories. Or we can actually come in and create a field, which is a checkbox, so that they're always the same, and somebody doesn't accidentally.
Can you use a drop-down menu?
Like
two fields that have a drop-down menu that have 3 items in one of them and like 6 in the other.
Absolutely, just like that. So that you could designate for every customer, whether they're end user, reseller, and then you could have their industry that they're in.
Yeah,
And
and
then
then
that
you run
way,
reports on the sales for those particular categories and stuff, right?
yeah. So if I wanted to, I could come, then you could come in and, oh, if I wanted to do it based on tags, I can come in here and see the tags, or if I wanted to filter, on this top thing, I can come in and filter. I only want to see sales orders, and I want to add, you know, I don't know, I'm going to choose this just for fun, like campaign, but this would be type. And so you would put reseller over here
Okay.
is your thing. And then you've got a report of just all your sales, for the last however long, that are just to resellers or just to end users,
Okay.
or just mining, or you can sort it by industry, sort it by group. And if you don't have a lot of sales teams, a great way to do it is create a sales team for each industry, and then you can assign your sales team by industry and be able to sort it that way real quick too.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
So, but what's nice, I'm sorry, I keep jumping around a little bit, but if I'm in here, anytime I do any of this stuff, I can save that search. I can save it, name it, and either set it as a default or shared or whatever. So I can have multiple types of pre-built reports that are dynamic, that are always going to be updating. They're not static. So you can create filters. I've always done it where I've got sales and quotations that are two separate pre-built filters. So I can go in and then I can just review every day what my open quotations are. Who do I need to follow up on? Who do I need to call? Oh, I haven't heard this from this guy in a week and a half. Bam, and I can put it into my activities if I need to, which are over here. And I can schedule out activities. I can assign them. I can follow up on them. So it's just a great way to stay organized and for you to be able to see what your sales teams are doing, or what your salespeople are doing, what they've got upcoming, whether they're open quotes, meetings, calls, whatever.
Okay.
And then if I go into my inventory, I can see what receipts in terms of POs are open, what things are ready to go out on deliveries. If I am manufacturing anything, that would be here. And that's only because I got the manufacturing module brought into this. But I can see, if I want to look at the late ones, I can click on late, and that pulls up, and I can immediately see what's going on with the ones that are late to be shipped out. And I can go in, look at the notes. I can look at the inventory item and know right away what's going on with that, and make notes. Something I forgot to show you on this too. Here, when you're putting yours in, if your inventory is low, it's going to show up red on the forecast button. This little button here is the forecast. So like green means you've got inventory on hand to fill this. Red means you don't. So if you want to, then you can go to view forecast. And from here, if I need to, I can replenish. And this will help me generate a PO to be approved and be sent over.
And if I wanted to do this on like a monthly basis and have particular inventory levels that I'm looking to maintain and like order sizes to kind of replenish that, is that something that I can kind of set up automatically to, this item I always want to have at least have 3. When it gets to 3, I want to order 5 type thing, and then it could create like a large list of all of the items that I'll need to kind of replenish and announce. Yeah.
So with every product, you can come in here and you can set a min and a max.
Good.
And how many that you order by. And when that forecast takes it below your minimum, it's going to automatically tell you, hey, here's something that you should consider ordering. because you're running out of it. You can set it up where we'll automatically create the PO for you and send it off, but we like to tell people just get it to a point where it warns you and says you need to do this. Then you can go in and add your intuition to it and go, you know, I don't need to order 100 of them. I only need 50. Or, hey, you know what? I know we're getting ready to come into summer and it's hoses. So let me buy 400 of them instead of 100, you know. Or if cash flow is not exactly where you want it at the time, you can go, yeah, I know I need to order it, but we got to wait a week.
Sure.
Does it track the vendor's minimum order requirement? So
Yes.
if the vendor imposes a minimum order requirement and the software calculates that you only have to buy 103, but the vendor says you have to buy 200. So we're going to adjust that and tell you have to buy 200.
Yeah.
Make that correction automatically.
The to order number is you can put in there for if it, you know, if 100 of them come in a box and you have to order by the box, well, you put that number in under the vendor information, and then that is the minimum amount that you're going to be able to order at any one time.
Oh, okay.
And it won't let you go if it is 200. It won't let you go, I'm going to order 250 or 300. It's going to be 200 or 400. It's always going to go in measurements of whatever the minimum is that you've put in for that client from that vendor. You can have products in under your product number and have multiple vendors, and each vendor will store their own product number in that section and their own min maxes. So a lot of times when you're doing a vendor analysis, if you're ordering bolts and you have 6 different vendors you can get those bolts from, you can look at the vendor and see which one is going to get it you the fastest, which one's the lowest cost, which one has the best terms, which one has the most flexibility in terms of what you can order. And then you can, based on your need at that time, choose the vendor. You might choose one that's more expensive because you need it tomorrow.
Yeah.